basically finish the first half, right? So let's say maybe they run a 4-minute offense, how he does that.
They haven't started the game.
That's important in your evaluation on how you want to get your
I'll
quarterbacks to
turn it when
go.
they
What's
do.
their headset? What's their leadership ability like in certain situations? So I think that's part of it.
I got me
For
some
Shedeur
Kool-Aid.
Sanders, it's just to kind of build. We haven't seen him play. He played last weekend with a oblique injury after having a really good opener against Carolina. I mean, the interesting with both is we're talking about depth charts, this and that. Neither one of these guys come week one, they're going to get reps in practice. They're going to get their reps post-practice. Because if Kenny Pickett is healthy, and reports are he's getting healthier, him and Joe Flacco
Yeah,
are going to
they
get
just be
all
talking
the
bad
reps
about
once the
Shedeur.
regular season starts.
The other thing is we were talking about a little bit of a resurgence with Brian Daboll. Like maybe he's a good coach. Maybe his quarterbacks are making him kind of look pretty good. I think we got to remember Kevin Stefanski's coach of the year also multiple times. So I think these quarterbacks.
Let me flip it.
I think Joe Flacco's going to come and do the same thing. The interesting thing for Joe,
It looks good to me.
I think that pocket movement, that old school throwback. When I was talking to him,
I'm gonna take it off in a minute.
Is they're going to bring back the old Kevin Stefanski offense. It's going to be run and play action. So can we get that old Joe Flacco out on the perimeter on some of these boots and make it?
How does it look?
This type of offense.
Can somebody tell me?
Like to do it
Hold on, I can see because I got two phones.
Let's get some more of that in there. That can help a young team that's trying to be something.
And let's think about that. Because when Flacco came in and rescued the Browns 2 years ago and took them to the playoffs.
I wonder is this gonna mess up my
immediately
line?
went to that with him. They knew the skill
I don't
set.
see
They
the
knew
line.
timing. They knew how we knew opposing
This is
personnel.
crazy.
And
Look
it
at
absolutely worked. But while we're always concentrating on these quarterbacks, let's look at the rest of the Browns roster. That's going to have to help these
How do I do this, Lord?
We don't know what the running back situation is going to
Okay,
look like.
let me
Outside
turn
Jerry
it.
Jeudy, they've got significant questions about the talent and overall depth at wide receiver. You have David Njoku at tight
I
end.
am live now. Why can't I see my own live on the second phone?
But they've got some
Dang, I like
pieces
broke
that,
it.
you're still wondering, is there enough to help out whoever the quarterback is once they really start getting into the guts of their schedule?
Totally. And I'm actually glad that you bring that up because that year, 2 years ago, I could jump into
Okay.
Yes, I think so.
the walking wounded. that
Y'all
was out
know
there.
something.
I still think about team identity, defensive line.
I make my own self laugh
That's
sometimes.
something a point that you made before about.
Okay, here it is. It says on live. Okay. Y'all know something.
I still think about team identity.
I make my own self laugh sometimes.
To either one of these guys.
Okay, let's turn it. Hello, Casper. I'm trying to see how this looks
There's going to be some elements of the stuff that they have had
and
in
what
the
I need
system
to
last year.
adjust.
Do what I was talking to Joe about bringing back some of the old Kevin
Okay,
Stefanski
let me
stuff.
fix this because it looked like it's not showing the whole thing on one side. There it is. Now let me see. I gotta take my glasses off to see.
And maybe even Kevin's offense can be a little bit more nuanced in what they do.
It still look like it's cut off on this side. Okay, that fixed it. Does it look clear, Casper? I'm gonna have to flip it in a minute. It looks good on my second phone.
When that offense was functioning back then, Nick Chubb was one of the best running backs. They don't have that. They don't have that. So again, they're going to have to figure some things out. But I'm looking at these two guys. Little Gabriel being left-handed, right? That could be a change of what they want to do. He's about a foot shorter than Joe Flacco too. So there's certain things that he does to do when you have to move the pocket, when you have to do some things. Shedeur, one thing we see out of him, he's great in clutch moments. I mean, the bigger the moment, that's when he really seems to stand up. So that's what these guys are going to have to use today to continue to prove themselves. Because once we continue to say it, once they get into the regular season, especially if they keep 4, there are no practice reps for these guys.
Which you think is likely? Correct? How often works?
Well, I mean, that's what it
Sounds
seems
like
like.
it. Yeah, sounds like it can be healthy.
The only other wrinkle here that I'll throw in, this is positive from a Browns perspective. Both Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, a ton of college
Tons. Yep.
And we're seeing that transition being really slowly for a lot of these quarterbacks to get reps in college. Chris Rose, Joe Thomas on the call. We'll see you at the half. Enjoy the game. Coach.
He doesn't look any different than he did when he broke into the league and felt like 23 years old, and he's still got that trademark energy and one of the great young minds in the game still, even after 9 seasons.
Dustin booted away. Brennan Presley, number 81 for the Rams.
Yeah, hold on, I'm doing
Number
something.
32 as well. One last chance for the Browns to have a dress rehearsal before the curtain comes up. 2 weeks from tomorrow, we are underway in Cleveland. Rams will take a knee and start out at the 35-yard line, and they are under the leadership this afternoon of their 4th string quarterback, Dresser Wynn. First-year man out of Tennessee. Martin made 32 collegiate starts. The Browns, you're going to see a lot of starters out there, 5 overall pick. Mason
Okay.
He's played great thus far in preseason. Browns have been very happy with his progress. And sticking in next to Miles here, he's got an opportunity to be extremely disruptive for this Browns. Very, very talented defensive line.
Not going to see Miles Garrett or the 2 starting corners, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, both those guys nursing shoulder injuries. They should be good to go, though, in week 1. Rams are going to keep it on the ground. Turquez Hunter, their 4th-round pick out of Auburn. Today's defensive position battle brought to you by Big Fig, the mattress made for more, crafted in Cleveland, just like our Browns. Linebacker situation got a little tough this past week. Nathaniel Watson had a great preseason, loss for the year with a biceps injury. Winston Reed dinged up as well. So this depth will be tested, but you see Carson Schlesinger, first pick of the 2nd round. He's going to be right in the middle of that Browns defense. It's Hunter again up the gut. And about a yard shy of the 1st down.
First 2 plays there for the Rams are running
No,
the duo, which is basically power blocking without pulling
oh
anybody.
my God.
Just getting double teams at the point of attack, letting the running back find a little bit of a hole and push the Browns defensive line a little bit, but an opportunity here at 3rd down to step up and get off the field.
Getting a good look at Malik Collins, one of the free agent signings, a 10-year vet on that defensive line. 3rd and 1. Whistles and a flag. First one of the afternoon. Here's our referee, Brad Allen.
False start. Offense. Everyone but the snapper.
One of my favorites.
Do you guys all look at each other when that happens?
I'm glad you look at the center and then you go, well, I'm glad they didn't call my number. Because I've had a few times when Alex Mack didn't snap it when he was supposed to, and so I moved, and then they give me the penalty, and then now Matt answering the questions in the media after, why'd you have 2 penalties in the game? And then you're left with this conundrum. Do I throw Alex back under the bus, or do I just take it?
Calling him out. Wasn't he like a 7-time Pro Bowler?
He was all right.
3rd and 6. Oh, blitz by the Browns, and Wynn gets destroyed. It was Carson Schlesinger getting right in there on the linebacker blitz. You see what sort of quickness he brings.
Yeah, that was really good by the Browns, but this is what sometimes is going to happen when you got Jim Schwartz, who's not afraid to go into his bag of tricks, even though it's some of the backups here for the Rams. He's going to blitz. It's 3rd down. He's going to call his call, and nobody there, and Carson Schlesinger, who just runs right through the A-gap and smokes the Rams quarterback.
Ethan Evans on to boot it away for the Rams. DeAndre Carter. First time we get a look at him in the preseason. The veteran return man takes it into 13. Up close to the 25, and now we will get a chance to see the Browns' #1 offense led by 40-year-old Joe Flacco, now in his 18th season. Your Huntington Bank quarterback profile is proud to be the official bank of the Cleveland Browns. Flacco wowed this organization by going 4-1 down the stretch, coming off the couch to start and lead this.
Is it not show? I see it on my camera. It's showing.
Man can still spin it.
You don't see it, Noel?
I'm happy when I get out of my chair every morning and Flacco's out there still spinning and running around like he's almost 30.
Is it showing? I see it.
Yeah, we just saw number 66 line up as an extra tight end and bring it.
I love that play. They're running like a wham play. So Aiden Huntington, he lines into the fullback position, goes in short motion, and comes down and whams the defensive tackle. They run a zone blocking concept up front, just kind of a physical in your face. Let them know what the day is going to be all about for the Browns.
I don't know. Noel, is it Noel Maria? I don't know why you can't see it, but it's showing.
Incomplete, a little too low actually for the Pro Bowler Jerry Jeudy.
Okay, thank you, James. I don't know what they're talking about.
Browns picked up Jerry Jeudy last year.
Is it good?
Some wonderment about what you're going to get.
I don't like to talk through the game, so if there's a problem, I'll type the answer in the chat.
Him and Joe Flacco have had a special connection thus far in training camp.
And 90 catches a year ago, that's the most of any Browns player in team history. 3rd and 6. Rams territory.
Thank you. Thank you. I forgot.
3 yards. Pride of Kansas
I'm sorry.
and Bowling Green
I'm just gonna let the sound stay on.
touchdown as
I
Cannon gives the
apologize.
Browns a 7-0.
Labor Day savings are happening now at the Home Depot. So turn your projects into labors of love.
I'm loving these fall colors.
I love what you did with the place.
So what are you working on?
Shop Labor Day savings at the Home Depot. Now through September 3rd.
A car that doesn't make everyone feel like a priority is a car that stops short of amazing. At the Lexus Motor Opportunity Sales Event, get offers on select models.
There's no greater classroom than the great outdoors. That's why Nature Valley and the National Park Foundation are helping kids across America experience the wonder of nature. Life happens out there.
Nature sure is full of wonders.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Okay, Brian, craziest touchdown ever.
Tennessee Titans, Music City Miracle.
Tyson snags it, starts running like he's double parked. What does a player like that do to the locker room now?
Man, it's everything.
That's it. Where's Shaq? Is Shaq available?
Really?
Yeah, because he's not going to say it's everything. Or if he did say it, he'll go,
New customers bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, over $200 off the NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV. The crown is yours.
Welcome to Titan University Year 5.
Let's go! The softer he is, the more we gotta run. Boom, boom.
Our goal by the end of TDU is wherever you came in, you just take one more step up the ladder.
All right, here we go.
You know there's my golf swing?
There's like 80 NFL tight ends gonna be rocking.
This is Titan University.
Let's have some fun tonight, baby.
Back in Cleveland, Browns Story Drive presented by Howard Hanna. Win big with Howard Hanna, the official real estate provider of the Cleveland Browns. Joe Flacco, 4 for 4 on that drive, including a 15-yard TD toss to the rookie, Harold Fannin. Aditi?
Chris, Ethan Posick walked into the locker room of his own accord. I'm watching Dylan Gabriel warm up right now. It looks like Joe Flacco's day may be done.
All right. So Kevin Stefanski told us 20 to 25 plays. Looks like it's going to be a little less than
Okay.
that. The third rounder out of Oregon will be up next. Hopkins kick taken by Presley, trying to get across field. He's got nowhere to go as he gets swallowed up by Christopher Edmonds at the 16-yard line. Today's Browns Trivia is brought to you by Franklin University. Franklin makes it possible for you to earn an affordable degree that fits your life. Hey, who was the youngest Browns player to make a Pro Bowl appearance? Myles Garrett, David Njoku, Joel Bitonio, Denzel Ward. We'll have the answer coming up in a bit.
You feel pretty confident about that one? You didn't look it up, right?
I did not look it up. How old were you when you first made the Pro Bowl,
I
right?
think I would have been 23. 23 sounds about right.
Okay.
But I think those guys were significantly younger. Miles, I think, was 20. Same with the joke.
Well, let's not give it away.
No, when they came in the NFL.
I got it.
Just give it some, tips. Tips, tricks.
Whistle and a flag. And it looks like delay of game.
Prior to the expiration of the play clock is a charge timeout.
Oh.
Los Angeles, they're first. It will be 30 seconds.
We talked about operation, right? Which is always the boring thing to talk about in preseason, but it's really what the coaches want to get out of this game. If you're looking at the Browns starters, and what you just saw there is what Kevin Stefanski does not want to see from his starters and from any of his guys, because you're coming out of a timeout and you almost go through the whole play clock, have to waste a timeout. That is a bad ball.
I'm guessing Sean McVay didn't love it either.
Sean McVay is going, come on, guys. I know that I didn't bring all my dudes, but let's get the play in. You guys have had it for 40 seconds.
The pride of Miami University, by the way, born in Dayton, Ohio. His formative years down in Georgia, where he actually won Football Player of the Year over Calvin Johnson down there. That's Hunter with some bruising running up near the 20. Defensively, you just saw Jim Schwartz now in his third year as the DC, and 2 years ago, this was the #1 defense in the NFL. Fell to about the middle of the pack a season ago, but based on what we've seen in camp, and especially those 2 joint practices with the Super Bowl champion Eagles, they could be back to the 2023 level.
Yeah, we're really not sure how explosive this offense is going to be. It's going to be more of the ground and pound and take shots with Flacco, but watching that defense against Carolina and then specifically against the Philadelphia Eagles offense, I think Gabe Brown's fans a lot of confidence because they were completely dominant from the front all the way to the coverage in the back end.
Well, that's Malik Collins making the stop. 10-year vet, signed in the offseason. He's originally a 3rd-round pick of the Dallas Cowboys. Wherever he has gone, whether it's been with Houston or the Raiders or in Dallas, the guy has always produced. Just a pro.
Yeah, those are the guys that you want, especially on the defensive line on the inside, that are just reliable. They're always going to maintain their gap. They're always going to be a problem for the offense.
3rd and 6 for the Rams, still looking for their initial first down of the game. Keeping it on the ground and getting nowhere close to the sticks because Isaiah McGuire continues his remarkable run this preseason.
Guess who? Isaiah McGuire. He already had 2 pressures on the Rams quarterbacks, but there was a flag.
Well, let's see what this one is. No call, Tom.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 57. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Okay, well, that's one of those that the league has started to tighten the screws on in recent years. I suppose celebrating is one thing. They're drawing the line pretty early here in the preseason. Make sure the guys know during the regular season that's going to be a no-go.
Preseason is a lot of time for the officials to emphasize and maybe call a little bit more than they normally would on some of the points that they've been talked to by the NFL that they really want to make sure that they tighten things up. So I think that's something that maybe doesn't get called in the regular season.
So first down, and that ball's incomplete as Devin Bush knocked it out of the hands of Stoops.
Devin Bush doing a great job here, recognizing the route coverage, seeing the eyes of the quarterback, breaking on the play and sticking his hand out there to disrupt the opportunity for the receiver to catch the ball, bring it all the way into his chest. Excellent reaction there by Devin Bush with his eyes on the quarterback first and then finding where that ball is going and disrupting the play.
Got in trouble?
David Njoku became a different player when Joe Flacco signed on at the end
Okay,
of the
I'm reading
2023 season. These guys
I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on.
chemistry.
Those guys have such
Let me
a
see what
special
people
connection.
saying.
Flacco feels so comfortable.
Great,
with
thank
the
you.
way
6
Njoku
pick
finds the
Dylan
ball,
playing the
opens space,
second
those
quarter.
windows, kind of like if you remember Patrick Mahomes and Travis
Hello.
Kelce. It's like
Hello,
they're just playing basketball.
Ramona.
They're going to an open spot. Not that
Appreciate
that's
you
written in the
for-
playbook, but they just
You're
have that
welcome,
great feud
Dan.
between the two of them.
Called him a beautiful
So
human being.
Shedeur didn't play. Shedeur playing last.
Comments there.
I think they did that because people said they weren't going to watch the game.
Fannin, he's got nowhere to go. Well read by the red, but look at this. This spin move. He was not finished. That's about as good a 2-yard reception as you'll see at this level.
That was a fun one for being a play that really was sniffed out early by the Rams. It was supposed to be a tight end screen. They were kind of all over that. But you know what I really like is that Browns have had a physical training camp this year. You're seeing the results on the field here with that physicality.
Well, the Browns starters have played the balance of the first quarter, and it has shown little Sparky. That's right. Harold Fannin Jr. connected with Joe and a 7.
If you know luxury, it's not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Sattva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers. Luxury is handcrafted and assembled in American factories and brought directly to you with our complimentary in-home delivery and setup service. Which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Sattva to friends and family. Sattva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
That's the sound of happy at DQ. Get white meat seasoned chicken strips with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy for just $7.49. For crunch time, it can only be the DQ chicken strip basket.
When Verizon gives you a free phone on any plan, you use AI a lot.
Gemini, show me the concealer.
The long, thin tube in the middle.
Like, a lot. Get the Google Pixel 10 Pro on us.
Wait for another year.
Americans, we can do anything we want,
except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
Right now, during the Ram Make This the Summer event, get 10% below MSRP or get 1.9% financing for 72 months on select 2025 Ram 1500 models.
The preseason is wrapping up.
And they're back in it, baby. Yeah, I take it.
We're about to make it happen. Week 3, and NFL Network has 6 live games. Last chance to stand out.
So he's a boring quarterback.
And for the young guys to make a name for themselves. Week 3 of the NFL preseason, live on NFL Network.
Thank everyone for joining the live. I don't talk through the game, but I'm here. But I will type.
Technology supporting 100,000 data centers in 180 countries and your Cleveland Browns. And aren't they glad that they did? The Browns with another dominant quarter. The Rams' lone first down came courtesy of a taunting penalty. Joe Flacco spinning it. 9 straight completions. 6 different receivers have caught passes. It's got to go in here. As do the Browns, opening play of the second quarter. Flacco, pressured, dropped.
Okay, this
Elias Neal with the sack. In the meantime, the Browns' last drive resulted in the touchdown for the first string offense, drove forward, laying the wood. And then Dylan Sampson with the spin move to eventually set up the rookie tight end.
Will Bennett Jr. on the post doing a great job securing the football, taking the hit, and getting that touchdown in the NFL for a guy that's playing college ball down the street. That's got to be a big moment, even in the preseason.
3rd and 18, Browns will keep it on the ground. Strong gets back a few, and so let's see if it'll be punt time. It will be, as Corey Bajorquez trots onto the field for the second time today. So the Browns were moving yet again, but the sack did them in. It's an area they're definitely going to have to clean up.
Yeah.
Only Caleb Williams was sacked more times a season ago than the Cleveland Browns quarterbacks.
And a lot of those were just getting on the same page with your protection schemes between your tight ends, your running backs, your offensive line, and that quarterback knowing where he's protected. That one that we had a sack of Monty Marshall, didn't use great technique and blocked inside out on that linebacker who was able to slip him to the inside and get a sack.
Offense, number 22. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So false starter marks it 5 yards back for the Browns.
Give our punter a little bit more space there. We saw Corey Bajorquez on his last punt standing on his 20-yard line. Boot the ball, landed on the 1-yard line, bounces back. So he's got plenty of leg and probably actually is not upset about backing up a little bit.
Well, you can keep it going for him. Last year, he booted an 84-yarder against the Raiders. That was the longest in Browns history. Stoops to return it, calls for the fair catch at his own 11. All right, time right now for your trivia answer. It's brought to you by Franklin University. Franklin makes it possible for you to earn an affordable degree that fits your life. The question was, who's the youngest Browns player to make a Pro Bowl appearance? You want to guess?
I would guess Myles Garrett. I think that's a safe bet. Oh, Denzel Ward.
Close. 21 years old, the first of 4 Pro Bowl appearances, and coming off his best season, by the way, a year ago. It was tough for the team. He was outstanding.
Yeah, Greg Newsom called him the best cornerback in the league this offseason, and he's really played like that thus far in the preseason training.
He said, wait a minute.
For the Rams,
and you like, who Kevin next to the whole side?
Overthrows Terrence Ferguson.
I don't like him. I know you are.
Third-round selection.
Okay, wait a minute, I messed up.
Jenkins there doing a nice job. He's got man coverage.
Me either.
We used to call it like a stop drop. Basically, it's just an inside fade there, where when you have inside leverage by the defender, you got some space on the sideline as long as you don't get any hook curl player that's sliding out there. But good job, Rayshawn Jenkins, squeezing the receiver to the sideline, giving the quarterback nowhere to throw the football.
For a guy who played offensive line, you know a lot about that. Up to the 28-yard line.
Tom Jones in there on the tackle. He's going to be one of the guys that they're taking a good look at here and trying to figure out what type of a role can he have in the secondary this year with like I mentioned earlier, the injury to MJ Emerson, trying to figure out what that depth is going to look like behind Newsome and Ward.
Yeah, it's possible the Browns are going to be doing a little cornerback shopping on Cut Down Tuesday. 4 o'clock, Cleveland time. Schrader right up the middle. As a lot of the Browns' second-team defense is in there now. Gain of almost 8.
We talked about Jim Schwartz's defense being really impressive.
Yeah, they are.
All preseason, pretty much unblockable from that defensive line. And one of their marquees is the way that they run to the football, the way they hit, the way they play physical, you know, kind of reflection of the defensive coordinator's attitude and the type of person he is there. So a little soft on that direct run from the Rams. You'd like to see him tighten it up here, maybe send the pressure right here.
Hello, Teresa.
Presley in motion. He's going to get it. And
oh, my goodness.
Out of the tackle. Does a nice job to get the ball back. Maybe a yard gain. Devin Bush had him wrapped up for just a second. Actually, it was Shoyinka who had him initially. And then Bush to clean it up.
Nice athletic play there by Troyan Shoyinka, seeing the jet sweep and being able to just run upfield, get his hand on that receiver. It's a tough angle for him. You've got a guy who's already faster than you running towards the sideline, and you've got to be able to make that play. Otherwise, that guy runs a long way down your sideline.
3rd and 2, Rams on the ground.
I don't know who made the touchdown.
Scrimmage, and he'll lose 1.
I think he had black and blonde braids. I don't know.
Brown sent secondary pressure there. Great job by number 28, Rashawn Jenkins. Get in there, get physical, clouding up.
Was it 38? Number 38, I believe. I don't know.
Opportunity to get off the field here, forcing the Rams to punt.
12-year veteran Shelby Harris in on the action there. Now in his 3rd year with the Browns. What a great career he's had as a original 7th-round pick. Evans with a 4th time, and Carter's going to watch it sail out of bounds.
Welcome, Nizzle, Dizzle, for shizzle.
Well, Joe,
No,
Nizzy,
Dizzy, for shizzy. No, Nizzle, Dizzle, for shizzle.
Playing for the Cowboys is
Oh no, you're watching the Crowns, LOL. I see they got the guy upstairs.
success.
Okay,
Jerry looked at me and said, we'll make sports history.
I see that.
Then the wheels came off.
There's trouble of America's team.
We were on and on, still like. This is a soap opera 365 days a year.
That sizzle, that's the soundtrack of Chipotle.
Literally melt in your mouth tender. See our chicken glistening, our fajita sizzling. It's magic happening. Okay, this is going to be in your bowl. This is it.
Remember last time? Jess's version of that new light. I'm gonna call her right now. We should call her. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Jess. We're downstairs. Only one bag, right? Of course. Hey. You gotta be kidding me. Jeez, where did you even find this thing? Custom made, of course. Wait, I think I forgot. No.
Grand plans need a Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
And we're back live, where this team is facing their toughest opponent yet.
I think so,
And they
Teresa.
game planned for this one.
I think Shedeur is going to come in maybe the 3rd or 4th quarter.
What a handoff. You'd love to see that kind of team.
On Sundays, it's all about game day. The best crew in the business, getting you ready for kickoff.
This is why people love football. Gut check time for all of these teams.
Coast-to-coast live reports and in-depth analysis.
We're gonna focus more on that run game.
This is just power football.
And every post-game wrap-up after the final whistle.
Well, this was a fun one.
NFL Game Day returns Sunday, September 7th on NFL Network.
Browns preseason football News 5 is presented by Huntington Bank. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official bank of the Cleveland Browns. Speaking of which, our quarterback profile is also brought to you by Huntington Bank as they made a change. It's a 3rd-round pick, Dylan Gabriel, who went 13 from 18 in a starter's role last week. The win over the Eagles, however, a couple of turnovers. He's going to look to improve on that.
Looked great. It's except for those 2 turnovers, which is hard to say, but when you're a rookie in your first start, you got to take the win of operation, decision-making, and just try to clean up those 2 mistakes here in this second opportunity.
The air strong. Spins forward for about 3. So with Gabriel, and then we'll see Shedeur Sanders, the big question is, does this organization feel comfortable with them being 1 snap away?
Thank you, Serial Traveler.
Joe Flacco.
Oh, I'm not reading comments. I'm sorry, y'all.
Number 1 spot. Flacco wins it
That's
almost a little bit by default. He's has a long hamstring injury. The speculation now is, hey, these young guys have looked good enough in their first 2 opportunities that, hey, maybe they can be 1 snap away.
I pee you. Caught a light to fell over.
Doesn't even make it to the 15 before he gets wrapped up. I'd like to take a moment to welcome our broadcast affiliates today, presented by Ken Ganley Kia. I want to see you in a Ken Ganley Kia. All our great Ohio affiliates, also our friends watching on NFL Network nationally, and our newest affiliate all the way in Honolulu, Hawaii, to check out one of their favorites, Dylan Gabriel. Yeah, the people at KGMB, they got up at 7 a.m. for kickoff today.
Aloha.
Oh.
Hopefully enjoying some banana macadamia nut pancakes as they're enjoying their boy, Dylan Gabriel, out here in the 2-minute drill.
Browns with a couple of timeouts. Trevion Williams into the game in the backfield. Trying to make it at the back end of the roster. Today's player to watch, though, presented by Tostitos. Tostitos team bags are back. Scan the QR code to win an epic Browns game day experience. It's the undrafted rookie free agent out of South Carolina, Gage Larvadan, who's been great this camp.
Yeah, Gage has had a great camp. Trying to find a spot on the roster for him, but with potentially keeping 4 quarterbacks, it'd be tough to keep 6 receivers, but he's one of those guys, he's done such a great job, you almost have to find a spot for him.
Gabriel throws, another dangerous pass.
I think sometimes he just be throwing the football.
So Gabriel going back to that sideline with the quick out being run by Gage Larvadan. You got to be careful going back to the well 2 times in a row, because those cornerbacks, they're on defense, so they're not as smart as this offensive guys, but even those guys every now and then, they can figure things out and have an opportunity to maybe jump the play and make a game-changing play for the Rams in 2 minutes.
Whistles and a timeout by the Rams.
Charge timeout. Los Angeles. Their second will be 30 seconds.
So we expect to see Dylan Gabriel play into the second half, and then Shedeur Sanders will make his home debut, and that is going to be very interesting, because Shedeur Sanders, boy, he has had a ton of fans, a groundswell of support ever since.
You're welcome, Yolanda.
Really, his days at Jackson State had followed him to Colorado, and then through the draft process, which was a wild roller coaster.
There go nephew.
I gotta say, this kid has handled himself extremely well since he has come down again.
Dylan Gabriel doing a great job with quick decisions, throwing the ball accurately, but he's got to be careful. He's throwing a lot of outbreaking routes right now, and you got to watch for a trap corner where it looks like the guy you're looking at might be playing man coverage where he can fit it in, but then they fall off with the outside corner and make a jump on those routes.
Gabriel 1st and 10, dumps it down. Trevion Williams gets it to the 30, and the Browns utilize their second timeout.
Dylan Gabriel listening to our broadcast, understanding he can't keep picking apart with the quick outs and throwing it to his running back there, which puts him in field goal range and gives him an opportunity.
Cleveland is second.
Well, everybody's smarter when they listen to you.
Well, I don't know about that, but certainly in that moment he was using his big brain.
So when they go over that in film, is that something where they say, hey, you can get away with that on 1 o'clock on a Saturday against a bunch of guys at the back end of the roster, but that will not work on Sunday?
Whether it's practice field in Berea or Philadelphia or out here on game day, like every rep you take is a learning experience, even if it's a great rep, because in that situation they're like, hey, great throw, we love the decision making, but now here's the next level, the graduate level of thinking you need to be ready for. It's like, hey, they're going to adjust on defense. They're not just going to sit in the same coverage. They're going to look and see what your tendencies are throughout that drive, and then all of a sudden the guys up in the box are going to say, hey, let's run this coverage, because that can take advantage of what the quarterback is doing, what he's looking for with his first read. And so just being nimble at that quarterback position is something you're learning as a rookie.
Gabriel Actually, nice job. It looked like the waters were going to part for him and then quickly swallowed up by the Rams defense.
Yeah, Zach Zinter's out there leading the parade, and it looked like he didn't really know if he should block the corner and block out or turn back inside and block the safety. But what they tell the first man out in a screen like that is pick somebody, be decisive, and go block a position and take somebody. And then all of a sudden, the guy you weren't really paying attention to because you were thinking you were going to get outside takes out your legs.
You should teach a screen class in Madison. Screen blocking 101.
Screen you.
The Browns are in the red zone presented by Milkbone. Milkbone bringing more dog to the dog pound. And the Rams will burn their final timeout.
Los Angeles.
They got scared, I can tell.
All right, I know it's only preseason, but I'll let you throw on your offensive coordinator cap here in terms of what you're trying to do. Why not? Let's have a little fun with it.
Well, what I'm trying to do here is thinking that I want to see Bill Gabriel play out this drive. And so you got an opportunity where the Rams are thinking, we got to protect the sticks, slow down. If we can stop them here, we're going to force a field goal. Or if I'm the Browns, I'm going, hey, we got the whole field available. We can throw it for 2 or 3 yards, try to gain a yard or 2 yards after catch, and then be ready for that quick situation where before you let the Rams substitute or get to a different defense, you get on the line of scrimmage and you run a quick quarterback sneak or you run another play before they have a chance to get ready.
All right, 3rd and 7. No timeouts for either side. Gabriel 7 of 9 for 67 yards on this drive.
Down there for the Browns and for Dylan Gabriel to finish that drive the right way.
Justin Hopkins. And he holds the PAT. And so the Browns will have to settle for 6 instead of 7 on that drive and a 9-point lead.
I'm so happy he got a touchdown.
Howard Hanna's scoring drive went big with Howard Hanna, the official real estate provider of the Cleveland Browns. An impressive 11-play.
Archie Brown and the NFL Shieldman go out and play a kid's game for a king's ransom. That's what we always said. And it's fun to see that joy from these guys.
So Joe Flacco and the first stringers, they got on the board early on. Dylan Gabriel and the backups, a couple of scoring drives of their own.
All right, it's halftime.
We built this up as a final, actually, a veteran drive. And so, man, this competition is going to be really interesting because, but also, can we talk about the wide receiver? Like, we say we have no wide receivers in Cleveland. I like all these
Let me
guys.
see who else playing while they don't have. Y'all want to watch halftime?
Young players. So let's get excited about that. That's a great catch. Right there. It's incredibly difficult down there. I've been there in that red zone throw right there. Difficult. This one's a little bit easier, but great job seeing the corner fall off. He was trying to double team the back. Great job. See, double clutch, found his open receiver. I thought Dylan played fantastic.
And with a double clutch, he gets the safety, bad eyes, right? Safety helps the inside receiver, so he gets open.
Excellent.
Look, the one thing that I loved about it, we talked about this pregame.
Who is
guys,
UES?
you put the
What channel is it on?
That situation like they would give
Is it a
coaching
team?
staff want to evaluate him, see how he runs the 2-minute. Well, he took him down the field. They manipulated.
I don't know
timeouts.
what-
He wasn't afraid to go to the middle of the field if that's what got him there. But the timing and the rhythm of
I done told you I don't know anything about football. What is UES?
allowed them to move the ball. Dylan Gabriel went off of reads. The timing. David, you know this. You know
I'm
this
trying to
position
find
well. When you see this
ESPN.
guy, 7 yards
They
here,
showing
7 yards
college
there,
football.
those add up pretty quick to
Ohio
get you
State and
downfield
Kansas
take a shot
State.
place.
It's boring football, yeah. That's what we talked about before the game. It's like, be boring, but that's excellent football. And I think
I don't know what Bryce
Bryce
talking about.
Like when they're playing it right before the halftime,
Colts
coming out of
and
half even.
Bing-
Like, I really believe, like,
Bengals. What channel are they on?
But they're trying to see if he can be the backup.
Quarterback spot outside of Joe Flacco.
I don't-
Talk about offensive line,
FanDuel.
certainly leader of that unit. So as soon as we get an update on him, we'll pass it along to you.
I think this is. They got the end. Okay, these are the sport channels. Okay, I ain't looking.
The worm celebration for Lucky? I'll take
Tennessee plays Ohio too.
Now at home too.
Okay, Hopkins will not be the main kicker this year. He misses too many. If they do, everybody should mail their dress back. Let me see, they're not going to let Shedeur go. Let Shedeur go somewhere else. Big facts. If they cut Shedeur, I'm out. It's a lifelong bro.
We upgraded our
Oh
TV.
man, I
That's
messed
why
up. Now I gotta go all the way back down.
Players arriving on game day.
Exactly.
Well, the spiritual detail is seriously.
Let's see what we
rolled
did. I can record
up.
too.
They're really feeling it this season.
That suit doesn't even fit
What
you.
is that?
It fits my
On my
body.
other phone that went to Adrian
Is that
Live.
my purse?
Hold on, y'all. It's a whole sports thing on this TV. I just gotta find it. Let's see what else we can watch while I have. If you had a money printer, would you trade it for a sound? What in the world are you talking about? Dylan is cool. Dylan said his job today. Time to move on from ground.
Rundle gives you wings.
Okay. Oh, every time I do that, this thing starts over.
He's there whenever we come back home from
Let me
school.
concentrate on what I'm trying to do.
Always.
Ever since
The
we
Seahawks
introduced
and
him
Green
to
Bay
the
play
farmer's
next.
dog, his quality of life has been forever changed. He prefers real, human grade food.
It's like real food. It is. He's a happy dog now.
Let's see.
Happy dog. He's a happy dog.
NFL Red Zone is where the action is inevitable. See every touchdown.
Okay.
Every game, every Sunday afternoon.
416. I need to remember that. 416. 416. I don't see any more games on. All these are the sport channels.
Steve, well, I actually gave Carl my family. So let's get you some updates on some games that are going on right now. A little bit of quarterback.
There he is.
Oh, yeah. Bo Nix. On the flip side, Spencer Rattler, Tyler Shuck come out of the tunnel together. New offset.
That's it. What channel is Baltimore playing on?
Ali. Team like a bee.
Ravens on top. Here we go.
I always love the mid-interview pick six.
That's true. Is it Bajane?
Look at
Mark, the pick six here.
Thank you so much. I'm in the hospital. I need this. Oh, God bless you, Jeff. I hope you feel better. NFL Plus or local. I got NFL Plus too.
Daniel Scott.
No DB more dangerous than a DB with the ball in his hands. Famous words of Hall of Famer Rod Woods. I love that. He's a friend of that.
Well, right, yeah, he ran all back.
Kind of cool moment there for Daniel Scott.
It's not for Desmond Ritter, though.
NFL season because of injuries.
Yeah, he's getting bigger. Like, we did that. We've been doing it.
Oh, really, Teresa?
Here's the living for sure. A lot of coffee.
Oh, don't change your life. Y'all are so funny. I enjoy hearing about what else is going on. Browns fans all the way.
What a grab. What a throw.
His third touchdown of the preseason was.
Can't stop him.
Like, I would be doing a worm.
Victor preseason.
Seriously. I mean, that's been spectacular. Yeah, that'll certainly help on all of those matchups today. Continues to
James.
Harold Fan is.
What you mean don't lose the broadcast?
Ladies and gentlemen, our departure has been delayed.
Yes. Why are you so happy?
I'm watching a game.
Seriously?
Yeah, with NFL Plus.
Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus.
Unfortunately,
Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. I hit the button. I guess that's what you talking about. Don't lose the game, huh? I answered my own question. Who would have asked me? Said, oh, James. I just answered my own question. I love Shedeur. Excited to see him play. Eventually, he will get a touchdown. However, Shedeur will show him how in just a little while. Watching from... What is that?
You all right?
Do you want to talk about it?
And I did get me a stand, you guys. That's the reason it's not moving. It's something like, I can't show y'all because I'm on the live.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I gotta turn this down some. Why they in had time? The reason sure is less. Okay. South Africa. Welcome. Welcome to the live.
Packers run corner, Jackson Dolphins, Raiders, Cardinals, close out our coverage, and all right, in pregame, I threw out the question to you, more pressure to Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. I didn't know which way you guys were going to go, and roll with Shedeur. Now I'm thinking to myself, after what I just saw before halftime from Dylan Gabriel, that pressure just got ratcheted up a little bit for Shedeur.
Yeah, absolutely, because you can see it. You can see Dylan when he was in last week. There's just precision there. He understands what's happening. Like, you're on the sideline. Like, I know shouldn't bother me, but like when Joe Flacco was in, Dylan Gabriel had his helmet on. He was looking at the wristband. Dylan's in, and Shedeur's kind of just chilling. So, I mean, I need to see that type of precision. Like, I know he can make these splash plays. I know he can make off target, off schedule, and be more precise for me.
Man, just hush.
The name, the hype, all that good stuff. Even though he was drafted behind Dylan Gabriel, I would love to see Shedeur Sanders get an opportunity at the end of the game to maybe come from behind.
Yeah.
So we get five like we saw from Dylan Gabriel did at the end of the half. So to show that he can do those types of things, regardless of who's in the ball game, that he understands the situation, like we saw all through college at Colorado, Jackson State. The bigger the moment, the better he played. Maybe he gets a big moment here to show us.
Yeah, you need that opportunity to come, and things need to fall into place, and maybe they do. But if they don't, did Dylan Gabriel just stamp himself as the backup?
I'm not Kevin Stefanski, but I've seen enough out of Dylan to make him my backup quarterback, regardless of what happens. Even with Kenny's there, so.
Especially Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, exactly. So we see what happens there, but I mean, Dylan's done a good job.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is Kenny, we just haven't seen him in the preseason.
Right.
Like, exactly sure how healthy this guy is.
Yeah.
I know we've been building this up as like the final audition. I mean, the reality is Joe Flacco, QB1, we know that. Feels like it's going in that direction with Kenny Pickett trying to figure out what he's going to be once he gets those opportunities, those reps. But looking forward to see Shedeur in the second half, midway maybe through this third quarter. Let's get you out to second half action.
Well, Shedeur Sanders does have his helmet on. Dylan Gabriel does not. I'm no detective, but I think that means that perhaps Shedeur is about to enter the game.
What you were going to say, Brian? What do you want on TV?
No, I definitely don't.
All right, we back at it, guys.
That's not one of them. That's a bad kick that's shy of the 20-yard line, and so it's
Oh, I was reading the comments. Hold
for the
on.
Rams.
Let me turn it back up, y'all.
Landing zone infraction. Kicking team. The ball replaced at the 40-yard line. First down.
And here comes Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, here come nephew. Bless him, Lord. Not everybody alive now. They ain't come there for nobody but Shedeur.
Loved by many. It has been a national story throughout training camp. Did not play last week in the win over the Eagles because of an oblique injury, but lit up the Carolina skyline his NFL debut. So Shedeur Sanders, your quarterback profile presented to you by Huntington Bank. In that season,
Exactly, Teresa.
14 and 23, almost 140 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Most importantly, did not turn it over that day.
But to me, that was really the big difference between the two rookie quarterbacks, Dylan Gabriel with the 2 turnovers credited to him in his start. Shedeur Sanders was clean with 0 in his start.
Amani Marshall in the backfield and gets it on second down and gets nowhere. Maybe loses a half yard. So Shedeur, as we mentioned in the first half, has done and said all the right things. There's been a lot of people, a lot of national shows that have an opinion on where he should be on the depth chart, how many reps he should be getting with certain players, and he has just kind of played football.
He's done a great job blocking out the noise. You know, he's been a superstar since probably high school, and national fans all over the place. It can become a distraction if you allow it, but he's just done a great job showing maturity, keeping it about, hey, I'm just trying to get better, I'm just trying to help the team, and he's really been everything the Browns have wanted when they drafted him.
3rd and 5, Sanders is going to run, and he will not get to the first down. Picks up maybe a yard, and it'll be 3 and out for the Browns on their opening drive of the second half.
Protection just not there, but good decision by Shedeur. Like, every drive's not going to end in a touchdown, so you don't have to force it sometimes. The first play of the drive, he does a nice job picking up some yardage instead of throwing it away. He throws it to Canella, and then the run kind of got blown up. Not really great block by the offensive line up front, and then a good decision there. Just take a couple yards, try to scramble, but let him punt.
End over end, Stoops calls for the fair catch right next to a flag. By the way, the refs have made a lineup change as well. Brad Allen, head referee, is going to sit this half out. Chad Hill has taken over.
We're out of bounds on a kick, number 26 of the kicking team. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And so the Browns, they go 3 and out on their first drive. And now we'll try and tighten it up on D.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency.
No application fee if you apply by September 3rd at University of Maryland Global Campus, offering online and hybrid courses and lifetime career services. Learn about our more than 135 degrees and certificates at umgc.edu.
Want the fastest working GLP-1 for half the price? Rome now offers FDA-approved weight loss injections cheaper, so you can see weight loss results faster. Lose 20% of your weight with the formula from Eli Lilly that hits not one, but 2 hormones to work harder. Weight loss faster, confidence higher, price cheaper.
Sometimes I turn to public commercials, you guys.
Back to the sound of happy at DQ. Get white meat seasoned chicken strips with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy for just $7.49. For crunch time, it can only be the DQ chicken strip basket.
Rise and shine. We're here, baby. Let's get it. GMFB is live from LA, and we've got all things football.
They just don't lose.
If that's your jam,
I have to edit out those commercials after this live is over.
on NFL Network.
You're welcome.
For the private use of our audience, including the use of this broadcast, or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game.
That's true, Bajane.
Browns preseason football on News 5 is brought to you by Toyota. For all Toyota offers, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. We welcome in the architect of the Cleveland Browns, Andrew Berry. It's our yearly visit. That's right, Chris. How you doing, man? I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. Absolutely. Boy, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about. You want to start with quarterbacks? We can start with quarterbacks. Okay, that's no problem. Let's do it. Joe Flacco obviously named the starter this past week, and a lot of people are wondering, what's the plan for the rookies moving forward? How do you balance getting a team ready for a game and developing 2 rookies that you drafted on the fly?
Well, one of the 2 primary responsibilities for our coaching staff are to prepare the team for the upcoming opponent and simultaneously bring our younger players along. And I know that has gotten more attention this year just because of the 2 rookie quarterbacks, but it's something that Kevin and his staff have done a fantastic job of over the past 5 years. For our particular situation in the quarterback position, I got to give Kevin, Tommy Reese, Bill Musgrave a lot of credit in terms of how they've designed and redesigned practices to make sure that these young players behind the scenes can get the reps necessary to improve.
What sort of things have they done in practice to redesign that practice schedule to make sure that those guys are getting the quality reps that they need to continue their development?
Yeah, that's a great question, Joe. I think probably the easiest example for anyone who has come out to the training camp practices is our approach with what we call 2-spotting. So essentially during 7-on-7 and some team periods, we'll run 2 concurrent offensive groups. So essentially you have almost like a split squad where you have the 2 young kids on one field, you have the veterans on the other, and you run the same period concurrently, which allows all the players to get the necessary reps.
It's almost a little bit like how colleges run their practice, because they've got 100+ guys. They got to have 2 practices basically going on at the same time to get the reps that they need.
How do you determine whether or not you're comfortable with one of those guys or both of them being 1 snap away?
Yeah, so first of all, we have a lot of belief in both Dylan and Shedeur, and both of those guys have had an excellent preseason to date. And a big part of it is like we measure and track everything in practice. You know, every throw, every decision, footwork, you name it, and we talk about the tangible progress that we're seeing on a weekly basis. Now, nothing is a substitute for competitive game situations, you know, whether it's in the preseason and then certainly the regular season. So with any rookie player, not just quarterbacks, there is a little bit of a leap of faith, but we've been able to see their progress in real time, which gives us confidence.
Huntington has been a really nice pickup by you. Done some great things on special teams and defense as well. Let's continue a little bit more with the quarterback situation. Everybody's saying, well, the Browns can't keep 4 quarterbacks. So how do you wrestle with that over the next 72 hours?
You know, honestly, it's not much of a decision for us. All 4 guys have done what we've asked. Obviously, 3 of them have dealt with injuries throughout their time here. But you know, the reality of it is, 53-man roster. Yeah, great player, Cam.
Yeah, there you go.
They got the quarterback.
That's right, Cameron Thomas. Do your thing.
You know, you have 53 roster spots. 5 are really developmental or inactive spots. Plus, post-COVID, the roster rules are just so much more flexible that you can build your 48 game day roster, unless you're wiped out from injury, like pretty creatively. Quarterback is the most important position in sports. We have a room that we like all the guys in there, so we don't really see that as a problem. We really more see it as an opportunity.
So it typically means that if you're keeping 4 quarterbacks, you got to make some harder decisions in some of those other position rooms. Is there another position room that you're looking at and saying, hey, you got a guy that maybe can play a couple positions, so you almost get a 2-for-1 if we keep that player, and so we can go maybe a little bit lighter than we normally would in this position group because we aren't keeping those 4 quarterbacks?
Yeah, really it's probably in our linebacker and safety rooms because in our defense, call it the strong safety or quarter position, really has a bit of a blend, you know, with our second level defenders. And so some of the players in each of those rooms, they can live in both worlds, so to speak, and that does give us some roster flexibility as we live out the 53.
Gage Larvadan taking it from his 8, takes a big hit with a 5-yard return. And that means that Shedeur Sanders will return to the field. What has impressed you most about Shedeur? Maybe something that we, the fans, have not seen on social media since that's the end-all, be-all?
I'll give you 2 things. So I think the first thing is it can never be, you know, underestimated how big of a transition it is college to the NFL. And I think particularly in Shedeur's case, like he's going from a college offensive system where you kind of give the example, it's like, okay, imagine you were fluent in English and now you have to learn Mandarin. You know, it's not even a Germanic language. And his growth really since the spring on, you know, the mental side of things, having...
Oh, I'm sorry, I had turned the light on.
Has been real impressive.
Thank you.
The second part is just like his physical and mental toughness.
Hold on.
You know, for him to be out here so soon after his oblique injury is really no easy thing, especially for a thrower. And he just loves playing. He loves being on the lights. He loves being there for his teammates. And that's exactly what you want out of your quarterback.
Let's.
I had forgot I had turned it on.
Positions on offense. People are curious about Quinshon Judkins and how we're doing with that.
Yeah. So there's not much that you know that I have an update on in terms of Q. You know, we'll take that day to day and manage the situation appropriately.
2nd and 10. After Marshall had the drop, he'll get it put in his belly and get maybe a yard or 2. You just signed Isaiah Bond this week as well. We saw him on the field for a handful of plays in the first half. What made you comfortable with that?
Y'all be getting at me. Ray Spacey, yo, turn that light off. Yeah, funny. Thank you, Mr. Is it Mr. Producer 717?
You know, on his legal situation. You know, that's something that, you know, we never take lightly when a player is involved in a situation or likes to be involved in a situation like that. And after his criminal case was resolved, you know, we felt really good about bringing him into the organization.
Sanders had gotten out of the pocket, overshot Travion Williams down the right side. There are multiple flags down, perhaps. Ineligible man downfield.
Oh, that's not going on.
Joe will always say that for offensive linemen, that's a tough go.
It's a tough one. Yeah, sometimes you're out there trying to get a block for your quarterback and you don't realize exactly where you are because you think maybe the quarterback is broken contain and is going to try to take off and run with it. But yeah, those are the breaks sometimes. The linemen, we're pretty low on the pecking order if anybody really cares about what we have to say about something or what we think.
Yeah, Joe, I always think about it as like, I think O-line's the only position in any sport where you play with your back to the ball. And these guys who extend the play or play out of structure, it can make life difficult, when they don't play on time.
Joe used to play with his back to the basket, too, when he was an animal in Wisconsin high school hoops.
You don't want to see this drop step up, baby.
So, Andrew, the bad news is we went 3 and out again on offense. The good news is you get to stick around as we're going to talk a little defense. All right. More with Andrew Berry in Cleveland. Browns lead the Rams 16-7.
If you know,
Seems like they're trying to make it difficult for Shedeur.
Sattva mattresses supports all types of sleepers. Luxury is handcrafted and assembled in American factories and brought directly to you with our complimentary in-home delivery.
They really not, and I don't know nothing about football. They really not, Dexter.
Of customers would recommend
Hello,
Sattva
Thomas.
to friends and family. Sattva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
Okay, Mr.
Nature
Miller
Valley
for the
protein
new
bars are
maintenance
here to
of the
help you move your
page.
game with a deliciously chewy classic and a new creamy twist. There's protein in here? Introducing crispy, creamy protein from Nature Valley. Try it today.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, Jason Kelsey can watch every game every Sunday all in one place. But how much NFL in one place can he handle?
Oh, that's Tamisa. I'm sorry.
What have we done? NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Every game, every Sunday, new users pay less.
The recipe for a long, healthy life? It starts with gently cooking our food to give your dog the nutrients they need without the ultra-processing. Get 50% off your first box only at thefarmersdog.com.
The preseason is wrapping up.
And they're back in it, baby! Yeah, take it!
We are nothing into week 3, and NFL Network has 6 live games. The last chance to stand out.
He's into the end zone. Let's try.
And for the young guys to make a name for themselves. Week 3 of the NFL preseason, live on NFL Network.
You playing not, Tamisa?
Browns Preseason Football on News 5 is presented by University Hospitals, official healthcare partner of the Cleveland Browns. As we continue on with Andrew Berry, and here's some key dates coming up. Tuesday, 4 o'clock time. You got to reduce that roster to 53 players. The work doesn't stop there. What are the next several days like for you and your staff?
Yeah, there's a fair amount of a turnover at the bottom of the roster after the cutdown date. And just as we're getting down to 53 players, all 31 other teams are as well. And so, our focus at that point is really scouring the rest of the players who were released and players that could really help upgrade at the back end of some of these position groups. So it's usually a pretty busy and a pretty long night, after the cut down, when we're looking either to claim, sign, trade for players that we think can help us in the short term. And then on top of that, we're also signing our 16-member practice squad, which will be comprised of some players that are currently in our 90 and others that will be external.
How different is it for you guys having this long layoff versus when we played, you played Thursday and then all of a sudden Labor Day weekend you cut down and you go right back into prepping for that first game of the season. But you guys have this real long layoff, and you mentioned how cut down day works, but what's the mentality as you're going through this big break here before you actually get into that game week?
I'd say, number one, it's a lot better from my perspective, because it gives you a better chance to really get healthy as you go into week 1. In terms of the day-to-day of the team, we have next week, we call it Sharp Week, where we want to make sure we're still high tempo, we're still maintaining a level of sharpness for the team, going Browns versus Browns. And then after Labor Day weekend, that's when we really transition into the preparation for the opener.
Browns drafted Mason Graham, top of the first round, dominant defensive tackle from Michigan. And the first thing I thought was, I can't wait to see him next to Myles Garrett. What have you seen, and how have the vision for Mason Graham looked thus far in training camp, lining him up with Myles Garrett?
We've been very pleased with Mason's progress so far, particularly as an interior rusher. Our vision was, hey, it's very difficult if you have a guy who can really affect the passer on the edge and a guy who can do it on the inside. Myles is always going to get the slide, and that gives a one-on-one opportunity for your interior rusher. Or if they're going to, double Mason or double interior rusher, then you've got the best defensive player on the planet one-on-one against a tackle. So it really puts the offense in a bit of a bind if you could have two guys that are able to do that.
A lot has been made about Mason Graham's role in his Michigan defense, where he was more of a two-gapper, and now where he's penetrating in Jim Schwartz's.
And the Rams will come out, and it looks like they're going to try a long field goal. Josh Carty. Boy, your time of possession this quarter has been immense. I just want to say, that's good.
Yeah, I mean,
can you use that in contract negotiations?
I wish.
Joe will gladly volunteer to give back some of the cash he's been taking.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I was doing this for free. They're paying you to do this, Chris? That other stuff that I got when I was playing, I already spent it on cattle and Wagyu beef and farms, so it's gone.
All right. We have a quick timeout. You want to say goodbye? And you can go, or do you want to hang through the kick? I will give you.
Let's hang through the kick. Look, I only get to do this once a year with you guys.
That's true. I'm not trying to take you. You got to stay around.
You're going to stretch this out here, Chris. Chris is trying to get rid of you.
It's not what I'm doing.
I mean, it was soft. It was professional.
Don't make me come over there. Do not make me come over there.
Save me, AD. I know you're a lot stronger than the three of us. We were the only guy who could.
Were you ever the guy in the wing trying to block the kick?
You know what? I was, but fun fact, I was actually the holder in college.
Really?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
You can't come up and then go back down on the knee. You're down.
Yeah, I was always.
Did you ever have to throw a pass?
I did. We completed it, but we did not convert.
For minus 2 yards. So what is your career stat line at quarterback then? 1 for 1 for minus 2. How are you rated?
45-yard attempt by Carty, and he nails it.
Oh, shoot, girl, I'm drop my glass.
My pleasure is my all mine.
Good seeing you. Good luck. Can't wait to see the final 53 on Tuesday and then beyond. Shedeur Sanders in the on-deck circle. We'll see him right after.
These Reese's Big Cups have a layer of chocolate lava, not lava.
Hawaiian lava! That stuff looks delicious.
It's lava time! Eat more Reese's chocolate lava Big Cups!
That sizzle, that's the soundtrack of Chipotle.
Literally melt in your mouth tender. See our chicken glistening, our fajita sizzling. It's magic happening.
And this is going to be in your bowl. This is it.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except for one thing. We just can't stop being American. So
You sure do, Adam.
rev your engines and let freedom ring. And never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops.
Come on, Shedeur, let's get a touchdown.
Ram Make This the Summer event. Get 10% below MSRP or get 1.9% financing for 72 months on select 2025 Ram 1500 models.
And we're back live, where this team is facing their toughest opponent yet. And they game planned for this one. They're going with USPS Ground Advantage Service. He is locked in. What a handoff.
Thank y'all for liking the live also.
Come on, Charlie.
Thank you so much.
Let's go. I said go. Silly dog. I'm going to trade you for a cat.
Red Bull gives you wings.
You see the latest franchise mode? You're frankly running the team now. Data-driven play calling.
Hold up. Are y'all scouting our playbook?
No, it's just deeply invested fans.
Strictly education. Let's go. Read everything.
I need to get my charger off this phone.
Built for Sundays.
Aren't you going to miss the game?
No, I've got NFL Plus. It's on.
You're welcome, June.
Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus. Keep the NFL in reach.
Remember to kick off your mornings with News 5's Good Morning Cleveland. Tiffany Tarpley, Mike Brookbank, meteorologist Trent McGill have more of everything you need. More local news, consumer news, traffic, and Power of 5 weather, so you are all set for the day ahead. Joshua Carty, 45-yard field goal, has gotten the Rams back within 6 as Shedeur Sanders about to take the field yet again. Heard some interesting stuff from Andrew Berry. Going to be busy for the next week trying to put the finishing touches on the 2025 version of the Browns, who will start this next drive at the 35.
All right, nephew, let's go.
We haven't seen much from the offense under the leadership this time of Shedeur Sanders. That's going to happen. What do you want to see now?
I'd like to see a long drive with some opportunity for him to show off his stuff, right? He's done a great job being poised back there, making great decisions on when to stay in the pocket, when to leave in his last start, but just not a lot of opportunities, not great blocking, and then just drives that are stalling because they're not successful in the run game, so keeping them in long situations, receivers not giving them windows to throw to.
Marshall in the backfield behind Sanders. He'll get the rock and go nowhere, courtesy of that Rams defense. By the way, under the tutelage of Chris Shula, grandson of the legendary coach Don Shula, and a former collegiate teammate of Sean McVay at Miami University. Cradle of coaches, my man.
Ohio is just unbelievably loaded with great coaches that have littered the college football landscape, the NFL landscape. I mean, there's really good football here, all the way to high school. Friday Night Lights is something I'm very jealous of as a guy who's living in Wisconsin now.
Sanders dumps it down to Marshall for a short gain. We saw Shedeur a couple of weeks ago in his NFL opener at Carolina. Actually went against the first-string defense his first couple of drives. Really lit it up after that.
Come on. Whatever they're trying to do out there, man, this is unfair.
Remember, he is an uber accurate passer.
Then we've seen that accuracy today. Not a lot of places to go with the football. That last throw probably could have thrown the intermediate route, would have gained a couple more yards, but everything has been quick with his murderer's row there to start the season.
Includes a game on NFL Network. Yeah, you notice 9:30 Cleveland time in the morning. That is over in London against the Minnesota Vikings. Presley on the end around. Got a good block with a nice tackle there. Christian Holmes. And then here's the second half of the schedule. You know, the interesting thing is going to be, you know, Joe Flacco named the opening day starter. At some point, you do have to evaluate Dylan Gabriel and or Shedeur Sanders.
I don't know who Kevin is, but they say you insecure. Or the coach.
If you're a player on this roster, you're not worried about next year. There's no guarantees as players, as coaches, but ownership, people in the front office, you have to have that long vision as well. And finding out about your quarterbacks that are on this roster, specifically your rookies, and deciding what you're going to do with those 2 first-round picks is every bit a huge part of the season as it is getting Joe Flacco ready to go and win and try to win as many games as you can.
Aiden Huntington, and this guy has been fantastic throughout the preseason. Started today as an extra blocker on offense, and look at the quickness.
Never going to make Aaron Donald comparisons when they're not warranted, but this guy kind of gives little whispers of Aaron Donald with his size, with his quickness, with the effort that he plays with, running down on kickoff. I think I might be buying young Jackie boy Jack Thomas a 66 jersey because this guy's just fun to root for. Watch him right out there again. Oh, 2 with this time.
Falls loose, and the Rams recover. Somebody better check Dresser Wynn, who lost on that play more than just the football. Sam Camara in there.
They're running a little bit of a gain here, and then you're going to see Aiden Huntington coming up and underneath. Number 92 right there splits the double team and smokes Rams quarterback there, putting the face mask right on the football, knocking it loose. What a big hit, what a great play there. Just motor, effort, speed, quickness, everything you want to see from your defensive tackle. Look at that, getting love now on the sideline from his defensive line.
He's contributed on offense, special teams, and defense. That's a coach's dream. Larbadan lost it in the sun, lets it bounce, and it takes a Rams bounce all the way inside the 5. All right, Shedeur Sanders, let's shake it off. Let's see what you got. Time running out on the Browns preseason. They're up 6.
September 5th, Chiefs, Chargers. Live on YouTube, and it's totally free with Carol G. It's like the universe is trying to tell you to cancel your Friday plans. Jameson, famously smooth whiskey from famous big company.
The QB to sue the Rams.
Even when he shows up uninvited, he's never empty-handed. You see, he's nearly as smooth as our whiskey. Must be a Jameson.
Leo! Ever since we introduced him to the farmer's dog, it's changed his quality of life.
Leo's number 2s are really getting better.
Better poo, better you.
The Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your tour guide and your boxing ring. It's your dugout and your safety check. It's your bedtime. Your big time. And your makeout booth, too. It's more than an SUV. It's your Equinox. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy.
That's me.
So, what do you do outside of the Capital One Cafe?
What do you mean?
No fees on checking accounts and no overdraft fees help me sleep at night. What's in your wallet?
Ooh, excuse me, y'all.
Chasing gold. Chasing. Chase rings. Chase gold.
Chase me.
Nah, chase me.
Chase all. It's all about the grabs now. NFL flag.
Did he sign with this team?
Browns preseason football on News 5 brought to you by Toyota.
Look at the Browns fans.
Toyota, let's go places.
They know what's going on.
15 yards, courtesy of a personal foul on the punt return against the Rams. In the meantime, let's check in once again with Aditi Kinkawala. She's on the sidelines with the Browns' top 2 picks.
The 2 rookie superstars, Chris Mason. I'll start with this one. Andrew Berry just said that the 2 of you are always with each other in the building. Is that true?
We're neighbors, so it's kind of funny. So, yeah, we're kind of always together.
Is that accidental that you live by each other?
Yeah, I moved there first, then he moved after.
750K.
Well, Grant Delpit this week said if you were to use 2 words to describe Mason, violent and always attacking. That's an extra word. But violent and attacking. Is that accurate?
Oh, that's very accurate, yeah. Makes it very easy to play behind.
2 California boys out in Cleveland. What's been the
It's
biggest
a shame
so
how
far?
life just do people.
I
It's
was
not
playing in the
fair.
Midwest already, so I'd say that's more
But in the end, he'll win. It doesn't matter.
Similar to how Michigan was. But yeah, just fun playing here for the first time and looking forward to more times.
Has Mason given you any tips on the Midwest?
No, he hasn't really helped me out on how to deal with some of the weather here, but it's been great being out here.
Carson, I hate to break it to you.
Yes, I heard that
any
about
of the
his
weather just yet.
endorsement.
Green Dot, we talked about it in Carolina. Now that you've got the 3 games in, where do you feel you are with it?
I'm very comfortable with it. Whatever they need me to do, I'm willing to go do.
I need to get my charge out this phone, y'all.
Very comfortable back there?
Yeah, for sure.
And I can't.
Calls, tell us what to do. Good communicator, that's what you need for the linebackers.
All right, most important question. Which one of the 2 of you does Jim Schwartz like more?
Some of y'all messages are hell.
Probably him, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I go with him. We're good. He knows it.
See, they're still rookies, Chris, so they're modest.
That's pretty good, Aditi. Pretty good. Yeah, I don't think that Jim Schwartz would admit it, but Carson Swessinger is he is something special right in the middle of that defense. You heard it from Andrew Berry that it was like adding a 5-year vet to the room. Rams had to re-punt, by the way, so Larmadan gets another crack at it. Gets ahead past the 35, and now the Browns will start their series with 9 and change to go in the preseason. It's going to be a lot of fun to see those 2
I win the fourth quarter, 9:22. Come on, Shedeur. Shake back. Ain't that what they say? Shake